I gotta be honest, I've been kind of sandbagging this video because I've been personally waiting to hopefully get some sort of drawdown in the futures, but I just don't think we're gonna get it. Maybe it's time. Why? Because we finally got the sell the news position, and we kind of had it today. What happened? Our president of the United States, Mr. Biden, I don't know if it was him. I'm not sure if he even knows he was the one that did it, but someone used his signature or stated it somewhere that he recommends Jerome Powell serve the chair for the Fed. What does that mean? So the dude who's definitely Republican, and Trump definitely got in to run, let's say, the big money through the United States and around the world. Jerome Powell, totally Trump, totally Republican thing. Mr. Democrat man himself came in and is now recommending him to be the one that's going to be running the Fed for the next how long? At least 4 years. Does anyone actually know? Can you put it down in the comments? That's very weird. This does prove it to me that, the big money's the one who's running everything. It's all a puppet show. It's all the left versus right. Don't believe it. There's no way that this makes any sort of sense if it's real, right? Because it's not. It's all about money. The money controls through Powell. It keeps going from there, but I'll leave it at that. What am I getting at? So we got the ESG thing, right? We got the quote-unquote infrastructure bill signed. We didn't really get much of a pop on the ESG stuff. Some of it. Some of the stuff that was already hyping, like, Lucid, that did its thing. Rivian was new IPOing, so we got a little bit of that. Still a little bit of selling news. Still not much across the board, though. But now we got this. So what did the market do? It decided to finally go down a little bit, right? So futures went down, I don't even know, it was like 1.5%, maybe 2%. And people are like, oh, this is terrible. This is the worst day of my life. That's still nothing, y'all. That's still absolutely nothing. Now, could the futures dip for the next week? God, please help us and do that. I would love that. It needs a breather. That's what I think. It would restore a little bit of confidence in going along in some of the plays we're about ready to talk about. But regardless, just keep in mind that it just might not go down. We might not get that 10% dump that usually happens last month. We just might not get it, y'all. So play cautiously. Watch the charts. If you don't know if something's cheap, look at the chart. If it looks like it's way cheap, buy it. If you can't handle any risk, get SPACs that haven't LOI'd or sitting near the floor. We've got all sorts of opportunities here, some riskier than others. First one off the bat we need to talk about is ChargePoint. So ChargePoint was a SPAC. I was begging people to buy it when it was what, $10. Then what, 13 people were still scared. Super scared at 15 they were scared and still not buying. Until what happened? All of a sudden, we shot to the moon. And that's when people wanted it, right? When it was like 40s, 35. Oh yeah, look at all these buys in here around $40. Long story short, this thing dipped all the way back down to 16. We actually called this out in the group, this purple line, so we were able to ride this last rip up here, going from 16 to 28. 16 to 28, so that's a great rip, but I still think it has a ways to go. In fact, that gave us a great topper to this burrito. All right, we got the very top here, 1, 2, 3 peaks. What needs to happen? I think you still need to not play ChargePoint. It's still too high. There's too much risk for me right now. Now, if futures dumped over 10% tomorrow or by the end of the week, then next week we could probably get in here around 19. Then I'd be looking at ChargePoint. But right now we're sitting at the top of the channel. Now, how you can play this too is watching the daddy. Because remember, ChargePoint is the daddy of all electronic vehicle charging systems. So what are we waiting for? We want this thing to get above this trend line here, this nice 45-degree perfect angle. We want to get above it. We want to come back, kind of retest it and make sure. And if it hits it again and then relaunches, right when it does that, what do I suggest? I suggest then getting into the altcoins, the alts of this. The ones that aren't as expensive, you can still then just buy this too and ride this a little bit. But remember, how hard is this to multiply when it's already at 30? Kind of hard. Kind of hard. Don't worry, we have other solutions down below. First one is Voltaa. Remember that? This is actually whoa, a profitable electronic vehicle charging company. They're making money on ads. So when you get to go to the grocery store or Target or Costco or any of the above, you get people yelling at you trying to sell you stuff, which is fine because if anything to bring more money into any economy, I'm down for. As long as it doesn't make me stop doing things in my regular life, I'm cool with it, man. People make your money. Volta, where's it sitting? It's had some drama. This is good, but what does this look like? It looks kind of like a big cup and handle to me. We filled this massive gap down here. We still do have, though, down here, we still do have this gap at $8 and something cents. I don't know if we'll get there. I don't think we'll get there unless we get that a big dump in futures. Then I could see this hitting the 8, right, and filling this last gap. This one's already done, though. This gap's done. Could be a cup and handle. Watch for ChargePoint. When ChargePoint breaks above that green, then you jump into something smaller, Volta. It's way easier for Volta to get to what, 15 or 20? Than it is to ChargePoint to go to what, 60, 75, maybe 50? I think so. Volta's cool. Check it out. Done a bunch of videos on that. Next one, maybe a little bit safer, DCRN. This is still a SPAC. It still has a floor. Right this second, it can still only go down to what? Probably like $10.20, $10.10 in the trust. I like the chart here. This just looks like it's getting ready for its next leg up. Again, we had to sell the news because the Powell thing came in this morning. DCRN. This is the best guts picks and shovel play for all electronic vehicle chargers. The brand is called Tritium. You might not have heard of that, and that's because again, it's the guts. So when tons of brands, when stores or whoever, 7-Eleven, all that, when they want their own brand of electronic vehicle chargers, they call up Tritium because they own the space, dude. They literally own probably 60-70% of that picks and shovel play. They also own a lot of the rights and patents to stuff like liquid cooling for the super fast chargers. Remember, all the slow chargers are getting phased out. So if you want next gen guts play that's actually super safe, I'd say DCRN is probably it. If you want more a commercial advertising play on it, Volta, maybe get a little bit of both. Moving on from chargers, let's talk about DCRC. What is that? Decarbonization plus acquisition, the third? Is it the third? I think so. This one grabs Solid Power. Solid Power is going to be like QS, QuantumScape. Now, be aware, we are getting ticker change December 7th. What's probably going to happen to this? I'm guessing we're going to get drama, whatever's going to happen. It's anyone's dice roll at this point, okay? We could get ticker change. It's going to go down to like 9 and then zip up. So I wouldn't be getting calls here, options. I would just be parking some grandpa money in DCRC and forget about it for like 3 to 6 months, all right? Watch it mid-December, maybe, I guess in a month, 2 months, 3 months from now. Look where it's at. This one could end up running huge. If we get some of the QS boys over here, we're going to do it. All right, so Solid Power, that one up there. Well, there's a lower valuation version of that. It's not necessarily the same exact type of battery, but I think to most retail and even non-retail big commercial bros will not even understand or take the time to understand the difference between Ivan, A-V-A-N, Ivanhoe? Yvonne. Yeah, Ivan, remember the mining one? Well, he got a battery play. It's like Solid Power, it's like QS, but it's not quote-unquote quantum, or what is it? Solid state, 100% solid state. It's kind of like a hybrid-y thing, but you're going to be able to get access to these faster than QuantumScape and Solid Power. So whatever, it's next-gen batteries are super awesome. That's what most people are going to care about. Where can you get these? You can get these at a very, very safe price at $10.42 right now. They've had a high of $11.50 recently in the past handful of weeks. I really like this chart right here. Another one you can just throw in the grandpa, you're going to be fine, I think. GGPI, let's move on to some rad cars. This is my favorite play for physical electronic vehicles, like the actual cars right now. This one is sitting at $13.94. I think we finally got the Care Bear Stare channel here. Our Elliott Wave guy is saying that this is probably going to hit a little over 18 and then maybe come back down. Maybe some drama is going to happen, whatever, but watch that. I'll surf something to 14 to 18 all day long. So I think the entry looks great here. We've already had a high now of like 1650 because the Island Boys might have helped out. Or was it some random soldier across seas that maybe lives in Georgia now? I don't know. You tell me. Remember this one, CLSK? That's Bitcoin mining, right? Nope. The old school bros know that CLSK, CleanSpark, is actually, it's supposed to be an energy company. Is it a Bitcoin company now? Kinda, because now they bought some facilities where they're mining Bitcoin. Why not? If you can get energy cheaper than anybody else, CleanSpark, why not mine some Bitcoin too? So we get both those plays. I love this because of that, but also I hate it because of that. Why? Because it's dependent. So say futures and, all green ESG stuff starts rocking, right? CLSK will rock. Well, what if Bitcoin and crypto goes down as that happens? That's where we get added volatility and risk. And that's why I honestly haven't touched CLSK since the Bitcoin mining stuff was announced. Now, where could this be? Well, if ESG and crypto end up mooning till like a handful of months from now, this thing could go to outer space. Definitely multiplying from here easily. We've got a all-time higher that would multiply us, but I think we go way higher than that. But again, just remember the added risk for CLSK. I like these guys, but added risk, watch it. Chart looks decent. We've got a gap now from, I don't know what happened here. Probably Bitcoin. See? Bitcoin went down, so guess what? The stock went down. Watch it. WWR, remember this one? West Water Resources did a video on this. Dude, it was like a year ago. This is kind of a micro cap, picks and shovel play. America mostly metals. So graphite. So a lot of these batteries, what do they need? Metals. Graphite's one of them. Guys running this, probably not the best guys in the world, but they're decent at branding. They're decent at putting out PRs, press releases. All right. So a couple days ago, they announced a letter of intent for sale of batteries. So they just sold a ton of battery juice insider stuff. What's the chart look like? It rallied a little bit on that, but dude, look at this. I like this chart, y'all. Looks like we got a higher low, the first chain of it. Now, I think we're going to start going up here. As long as futures hold, this should continue. Higher low, and then it's going to start exploding because the penny bros will get into it. This thing has been all the way past $12. It's sitting at $3.31. Cool, buy it. Just park your money and forget about it, dude. Next one, I don't remember much about. Did a video on it. This is a super penny stock, super sketchy, but you can multiply like crazy. BRNE. If you want to know more about that, search my website and then find the video. Okay. Next one is OXUS. Oxus Acquisition. W. What is this one? Oh yeah, this is that video we did where we're thinking, remember the dude? Okay, there's another solid state battery play, like QS, QuantumScape. So there's a dude who's actually like, he helped build QuantumScape. Or no, it's StoreDot, my bad. Something like them called StoreDot. They're like front run, like probably, next to QuantumScape, they're the one people want. So we want StoreDot. Well, the dude who helped build StoreDot and hangs out with the CEO of StoreDot has his own SPAC, and here it is. OXUS. I did a whole video on this. Watch it. Going to warrants still on this one, man. We're definitely green on this. We're buying around 40-ish or something like that. I don't remember, 35, 40. So we're definitely up, but we're still only sitting at 66 cents. So I think anything ESG, there's still plenty of money to make here. I think any decent LOI will probably still multiply. If it's StoreDot, minimum 5x. All right, minimum 5x. Just grab those warrants, park it, forget about it till you get an LOI. Next one is another super sketchy, super duper penny play. I also did a video about, search my site for RITE. I think this is a dude outside of Dallas, Texas. It's another picks and shovel mining play. Maybe graphite, something like that. Real risky though, but real low market cap, super duper cheap. Don't bet the house on it, but put something in it. Thinking 5, 10, 20x. Take a look at CEI. This one's all right. Energy company. CEOs like to talk and amp people up. That's cool. We just need more backbone with it. With that being said, you can buy it for $1.20. Had a high of like $4.50 last run. It's also spiked $2 once and twice, almost $2 twice. So even if we only run back to like $1.75, we're sitting at $1.20, you know, you're 40-50% of your money. I'll take that all day long. Watch the volume. We've had a little bit of volume spikes in here, nothing like back here, but you know, it's kind of picking up. Again, one, if you want to just park some money in and wait till you 50% of your money, do it. Maybe leave half in and wait till the chart tells you it's near all-time highs again. I don't know. You decide. Here's another one. What is this one about? Have I done a video on this one? No, I haven't yet. In fact, I have another warrant video I haven't done either yet. But this one's going to get brought up. CCAI, Cascadia Acquisition. We're buying the warrants. Buy the warrants on this, okay? So CCAIW, George W. Bush, okay? Buy the warrant. You can pick these up for, dude, 55 cents, man. 55, 60 cents for something, maybe an ESG slant or whatever. Even past that, though, they're actually claiming Industry 4.0, huh? I know, especially the area of robotics. All right, so robots, automation, AI, artificial intelligence, and energy, ESG, green stuff. ESG industries, yeah, for 50 cents. Oh, look at this keyword, blockchain, energy storage, gene sequencing. This, dude, buy this all day long. It doesn't matter which one of these they get in. These will multiply, period. Unless futures like go to, you know, 60% down or something and chaos goes crazy and the world collapses, then it might not multiply. But other than that, there's no way any of those will not multiply. How long do they have? Less than 2 years, probably like a year and a half left. How many of your friends multiply their portfolios every year? That's my question. This next one, I don't like, but it is what it is. The penny bros like to do what? Pump the living daylights out of it. AYRO. It's all right, dude, but it's like these, you know, smaller electronic vehicle thingies. 259 is sitting at, it's been up to 10 a couple times. Look at these spikes on this thing, dude. Last time we rode this, I did a video, well, this was probably last year. We're buying it here outside of this channel, and then it did that thing, and, you know, we're out. But honestly, I'm not even going to play this one. You can play it, because, you know, the bros are still going to pump this, I'm sure. When all ESG starts running again, I'm sure it's going to pump. I'm sure it'll make money, but I'm just probably not going to touch this one. I'm being picky right now. Why not? But here's some more information. Here's the things. You know, I wouldn't mind having one of these things on some property somewhere, but how is this ever going to be the company I want? I just don't see it. It looks cheesy. These are 3D renderings. Like, come on. Even cheesy 3D renderings. That looks real, though. Looks drivable. But what the heck is that, man? Flower delivery? I don't know. It's all right. Next one, another picks and shovel play. It is de-SPAC'd now. I believe we're pretty darn close to floored out. I'm cool just parking some money in it. We're also getting some volume spikes. This ticker is REE. Israeli people they have like, they're calling them the skateboards, right? Super smart robotic stuff. They're doing picks and shovels for people who want to do even stuff like this, right? So like these guys, Arroyo, right? Instead of building a whole platform, they can just go to RE for a lot less money and say, give us 1,000 small platforms. We need them this big. RE will mass produce them and then sell them to Arroyo. That's why RE's cool, is because you don't have to rely on one brand and one little small thing. But RE can make like fast rad stuff too, though. And like big 4x4 trucky things too. So I actually like this. Really, I like it at $3.79. SPACs was 10. You know, this got a high of what? $17 almost, and it's less than $4. Why not? You know, one more partnership with RE, it could send this thing. Next one, I don't really like either, but penny bros like it. Low floatish, but look what the power of low floatish and ESG can do. Look at this ridiculous chart. XL fleet. I like it because it's America, but all we got here, which is good and bad, it's just lame to me though. They take like Chevy truck, Ford truck. What do? They gut some stuff out, gut the engines out, and they throw batteries in there, and then they resell it. it works, but it's to me it's just like boring, man. You know, I want to invest in that Precept Polestar thing that looks like a futuristic rad Cybertruck but a car, and really cool and sharp. I'll take that all day long. At 13, then XL even at $7. But will XL run? Probably. I might grab some XL. I don't know. I got to look more into it. Honestly, I only did I did a couple videos like right when the LOI came out. Let me know if I'm wrong. Do they have anything like proprietary they're working on? I know it is cool. It's just I'm missing the cool factor for me personally to get excited about it. Help me get excited about it. Look like earnings wasn't that good that we just had either. This one I'm just not going to buy either, but know about it. SOLO, Solo. I didn't buy this last run either. I just can't do it. These are like these little tiny little. They look like a woman's high heel. I picture Julia Roberts in a red high heel. Her high heel is what this car looks like without the Julia Roberts. Okay. So you've got like a high heel on wheels. They're like little 2-wheel or 3-wheel little cars, and they're just the cheesiest looking things in the world. Will this multiply? I'm sure it will, but I'm just going to buy some other stuff instead. But be aware of it. You know, this thing did hit over $12. It's at $3.27. I'd rather buy Re or any of the ones above. I don't know. Same thing here. I'm calling these, I did last year, the Twiny cars. This one is KNDI. These aren't as bad as these Solo things. By the way, the Solo thing too scares me because like they're so tiny that if you get wrecked, you're gonna die. I don't care what kind of safety rating you tell me. That thing looks like it weighs like 465 pounds. Even if it like bounces up and down the road, I'm just not gonna be in that thing. You won't catch me in one. But KNDI, they're a little bit bigger. They're more like Mini Coopers, the tweeny weeny cars. This one's all right, you know, $4.40. It'll probably multiply. But again, I feel like we can be picky right now. So, I mean, like this. Like, I'd rather buy Go EV, man. Or even Nikola. Did I put Nikola on here? I think I forgot to put Nikola on here. I'm actually starting to like Nikola right now. Can you believe it? They need to still fix Nikola's website, though. Like, you go to Nikola's website, and, like, all they have is those semi-trucks. You know, that's good to get some base with the blue chip, blue-collar folks. You know, sell a bunch of those semis, but we need that cool factor back from Trevor Milton. Like it or love it, he brought the cool factor and made it cool. We need another CEO like him that maybe doesn't. Honestly don't even know. Did he ever even lie? I don't know. But we need someone to help with cool factor and bring back like that truck. Like they were going to do a jet ski. They were going to do a side-by-side. Where's all that stuff, man? Who's going to go invest in just like a semi-truck company that's boring? I don't know, man. Make them cool somehow. Put lights on them. I don't know. Next one is DSGT. Haven't done a video or even talked about this one in a long time. But this is one of the, like, it's a middleman play for electronic vehicles. But here's the thing. They already have them. So they're already selling a truck. It's rad. They already have an SUV. That's actually rad. And they're cheap. They're like 30 grand-ish, 30 to 40 grand. And you can buy them tomorrow. They have a new blue truck that they were showing off at LA's Expo last weekend. Look them up. I mean, I could still see DSGT running again. It's so tiny right now, market cap and all that. It's sitting at 34 cents. This thing was to like $1.60. You know, 3, 4, 5x. I could see it getting even higher though. You know, these guys are also pairing up with other dealerships around the United States. We have exclusive rights to sell all these different brands. They have like, I think they even have like box trucks and semi things. And not only that, they have something that looks exactly like this. You see? So why would I invest just in this thingy and this thingy that these don't even exist yet when DSGT already has these things and this, but they have like 17 other things too. They're also selling like electronic golf carts, and don't laugh at that because they're selling hundreds of thousands of them, I think, to last order. So DSGT could still totally run. My favorite of all times, my go-to, my bread, my butter, my Dr. Pepper, the Warrants. non-LOI SPAC warrants, ESG flavored, the green. CLAQ, SWSS, AMAO, CCAI, WARR, CSIC. It's like a Biden SPAC, 64 cents, hint, hint. OXUS, yeah. SVSVW, YE, ESM. Buy all these. Still best risk reward right here, because remember, even warrants do have a floor. Another one I guess we could talk about is sun. You know, the sun, we can make money on the sun. Solar panels, the chart, dude. I wouldn't even be talking about this if I didn't see this chart. Look at the chart. $5.65, high of 30 almost. Yowza. Look at that ridiculous chart. We've actually hit this bottom where we're at, 1, 2, and then we're like jumping around it. So we've hit it, rejected twice, went below it, but now we're sitting there ready for the rubber band to snap, and this is probably going to get some love eventually when, I don't know. It could sit here and just run around this channel around 350 to 575 for another year. But, you know, if you want some exposure to sun, I'm not personally running to this because, again, me personally, it's hard for me to get excited about solar stuff. It just is. You know, if Elon Musk were to go out and actually branch off Tesla and really do something massive and do what he's talking about, how you can power countries and stuff with like, what was it, like 200-mile squares? This is something like 1/50th of Texas, if it was solid solar panels, would power the whole United States. Why don't you think that happens, folks? Next one, I don't like the CEOs, all that, but again, penny bros like it. Ticker is IDEX. This is one of those companies that every time they do a press release, I'm like, I don't really believe anything you're saying. Especially when they do stuff, you know, they're rescheduling their earnings. That's usually not good. That's what's going on right now. So that could be a drama, bad thing too. We have played this in the past, but again, you know, I'll play these weird plays if they're real cheap. Like we were playing this back in the dollar somethings, and we're low dollars, and we had these awesome channels back here. But you know, we're still at almost 2. I don't think I'm touching this thing either, man. But just be aware of it. You know, if your friends talk about it and be like, "This is the next Tesla," just be like, no. Octopus said it's lame as hell. It's just a pumper thing. Just be aware of it. This is something real weird. And again, I don't even like this, but it's kind of cool. So what did they do? Ideanomics is the name. They launched new Justly brand. So they branded something called Justly, markets platform for transparent ESG green-based investing and fundraising. Appoints 20-year Fidelity executive Paul. Great. Chief executive officer of it. Justly Markets is an equity crowdfunding platform for investors of all incomes to find and invest in a minimum of $100 in early growth private companies and startups. That's kind of cool, but what the heck, man? Here's the deal. There's super penny stocks that we've talked about, right? That, I mean, I can understand them when they do stuff like this, right? They're going to start something like that. But they got a market cap of like 5 million, right? I'll buy something that sounds kind of cheesy and is kind of wonky and weird press releases, and the CEO probably does drugs or something. If the market cap is like 5 million, I'll do it. But when the market cap's going up to like 100 million stuff, nah, bro. Just not going to do it. This could be huge, though. Justly could. But again, when we get into these like sketchier ones, I'll buy me a penny stock at like 0.001 cent instead of $1.87. That's just where my head's at on this. You know, I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this if the IDEX bros watch this, because they're believing all the press releases these guys put out. Like, they show no pictures of anything hardware, but they claim they're doing it all and have it all, like ESG, EV stuff. I don't know. Don't believe it. Where's it at? Okay. With that being said, like, you know, the small penny stock stuff, I still think we're like bottom of the basement right now. You know, just hold on. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. There's 0 point to sell, as red as the penny stuff is now. I'm just holding and waiting. Okay. pennies will have their day. They're not just going to disappear. Oh, wait. Any others in the sector that I totally missed, I need to get on here? What handful of these did you like? Are you going to get into just the pumper bro ones? I don't blame you. Sometimes, well, most of the time that's really all that matters. It's not valuation, I can assure you that. Thanks for watching this video. Did you know that we have a Discord? In order to get there, you got to join the Patreon. But the folks in there all tell me they love it. I think that I love it too. Best group I've ever been in by far. Thanks for watching the video. Please share it with your friends. See you out there tomorrow.